SwissTech has just released a brand new multi-tool, except it's not brand new. We've seen it before, but the outside is brand new. Let's jump into this, talk about this tool that has some amazing capability. So check this out. What we have right here from SwissTech, this is the 12-in-1 multi-tool. This one right here comes in at 3 inches, about 3¼ inches long. It will be just slightly smaller than the PowerPint Power Leader, very, very close in size to them. But one of the big differences between the two is that this one has less tools and that this is scissor based. So whereas in obviously the other ones are all plier based, this one right here is a large scissor based tool. Now, because it is, I want to go ahead, jump into some of the functions. Does really good with the zip ties. Actually slices right through the seat belt, which I thought it would, but I just wanted to check it out. Does great through cardboard. Wanted to also check out this rubber inner tube. Does really good through that. Then, of course, we've got to do the never-ending paracord test. Does great through that as well. In all these areas, it really excels. It does a great job. It seems to be just a slicer. Really, really good. I think this is a really unique spot in the multi-tool world. Again, we have the PowerPint, the Power Leader, but we really don't have a dedicated scissor tool in this spot. Now, Roxxon does have, I believe it's the M3, which is probably the closest competitor. Then we do also have the next tool, Mini Sailor, which would be the next step down. But as you can see, this frame size is a little bit larger than both those tools. So I think this does sort of occupy a place of its own. It is really a good tool for around, I think it's $20. So we've got the scissors on the inside. Now on the outside, SwissTech has all these almost like mathematical formulas. Not sure why, but you can get them in the stainless steel version. You can get them, I think, blue, red, perhaps. There's a couple different color variations on AliExpress. I'll try to leave links below. This has not hit Amazon yet. I would assume it will hit Amazon or Walmart coming up in the future. What we have on this side is a bottle cap lifter with the screwdriver. Now on the other side, we've got the knife. None of these tools are locking, so if you have restrictive knife laws, again, this might be a very good multi-tool for you. Then on the other side, we have this nail file, so not an extremely aggressive file, but we do have the small file. Also this package opener, which I think is a good addition, since a lot of people, if you're like me, you do spend a lot of your time opening packages. So on this side, what we have is a micro screwdriver. Again, I find screwdrivers like this very useful. I knew there was another tool. Then there is a SIM card. Now, some of you, I get very mixed reviews when I talk about the SIM card. If you're from overseas, you say, of course, we have phones that we have to change out the SIM card all the time. People in the US say, why do you need a SIM card? We never need a SIM card ejector. I guess it depends what side of the ocean, which country you're in, if you need it or not. Now, those are pretty much the outside large tool sets. Then we go to the bottom of the tool and we have a couple other tools right here as well. Now, we have a fairly large set of tweezers. Just recently, I reviewed the SwissTech keychain, almost like keychain tool. That one had a very tiny set of tweezers. These are a lot larger. Then on this side, we do have this tool, which seems to be fairly popular on AliExpress. This is the ear pick. That's sort of a new one. If you like tool videos just like this one, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps. I appreciate it. So let's go ahead and weigh this SwissTech 12-in-1. It comes in at 6.2 ounces. Let's change this right here to grams, or 178 grams. Now, I did check, this is around the $20 mark for the SwissTech 12-in-1. Also, let's weigh the Roxxon M3. This is also around the $20 range. This comes in at 79 grams or 2.8 ounces. So it is about half the weight of this tool. This is actually 6.3 ounces, about half the weight. Now the next tool, Mini Sailor, the scissor version. So right here is 3.2 ounces or 89 grams. These again are a lot smaller than this SwissTech 12-in-1 in weight. They're about half, but they do actually do really good. So the Roxxon does great on the zip tie. The Mini Sailor does really good on the zip tie. When we talk about a little bit more precise cutting, the Mini Sailor slices through the inner tube pretty good, as does the Roxxon. Then when we come to the paracord test, I did a whole video about the Leatherman Micra. These actually, I think, are a lot better options, and they are far cheaper than the Micra as well if you want some more aggressive cutting. So all these, I think these are actually sort of the best of the range. At the bottom, the smallest option, the Nextool Mini Sailor, the scissor version, that's probably your best if you want the smallest option with scissors. This has great scissors. Then the Roxxon M3 is slightly larger. It's got a little bit longer frame. Again, all these are about the same price. This does really well. And then this one right here does great as well. So all these do outstanding, really outstanding performance from all of them. Now remember that I told you that the SwissTech 12-in-1 was a brand new tool, but not really. That's because the HOU scissor multi-tool has been out for a while. Now on mine, I gutted mine because I have a project for it. This is what it originally looked like to some extent when it was alive, but I tore it apart. Now, that's sort of what I'm thinking. Let me know what you think. Is that a good idea? I like that idea. Maybe in the future. That's what's headed out of the HVAC garage in the future, maybe. In the meantime, the SwissTech 12-in-1, I think, actually looks a little bit more upscale than the HOU multi-tool, but pretty much you get a lot of the same function for a little bit cheaper if you do buy that version. SwissTech is, I think, going to drum up a lot more interest in this tool, which it deserves because it's already a fantastic design. And with SwissTech's name, I really hope it will be given a second chance, a second look, because I think it's a great tool. If you're still wondering if $20 is too much for the SwissTech 12-in-1, I don't think it is. I think it's a really good price. This has some solid options. It's a pretty good tool. Pretty small, but it's got a lot to offer.